Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another special edition of Walk My Talk, my weekly video series where I typically take a chance and spin the wheel of opportunities. But if you joined us last week, you'll see that the wheel of opportunities is being taken over by the wheel of kindness. 'Tis the season for giving, and I have a very special guest along this whole journey with me. We're going to do this 4 times total. Last week was our first time. Gaadeh Abarabi, thank you so much for this amazing idea, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So as everybody knows, we start with a progress report. So tell everybody what you spun last week and how it went.
Yes, so last week I landed on do a chore for someone. So my chore was simple. We had a pile of paperwork laying around. So I went through, organized it, tossed out, junk mail, and filed it accordingly. So I think that was something helpful.
Very helpful. And I think everyone can agree that that is definitely a chore. So I'm sure your family was quite thankful for you taking that on.
Yes.
Amazing. So last week for me, I spun the wheel and landed on surprise a friend with a homemade meal. So I ironically had a friend moving last week. So it worked out perfectly because they had so much going on last week. It was a really stressful time. And on top of it, they have a 3-year-old. So I had a huge batch of turkey noodle soup made for right after Thanksgiving. So I brought over a big batch of soup, some cheese and crackers, some drinks, and I surprised her with that last week, which she not only had for lunch one day, but she sent me a text too and said, "You're right, it is delicious for breakfast." So I fed them twice. And you know what? If anybody says you can't eat soup for breakfast, I completely disagree.
Well, that's very nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Are you ready to spin this week?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, let's see if I can share my screen. And I will say I'm trying something new on Zoom. Last week, I didn't have Gaadeh and me next to each other. I changed a setting. So maybe we're next to each other, or maybe we're not. I'm not sure. But if we are next to each other, the wheel is going to be very small. But I promise you will be able to see what Gaadeh lands on and what I land on as well. So you ready?
Yes. Drum roll.
Okay. Oh, this way.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's nice.
Tell us more about this one, Gaadeh, and why you put this on the wheel and what you think about it this week.
Yeah, so the inspiration behind it, with giving, there's also giving, our words have an impact. So, we can spread kindness with the words that we choose. So I'm thinking like when I go out, like to the store or whatever trips I have this week, to compliment a stranger. So hopefully they'll bring a smile to their face. And I definitely encourage other people to consider doing this as well.
I love that. So it sounds like you're not just committing to complimenting one stranger this week. It sounds like anytime you go out, you're going to look for opportunities to be able to compliment someone.
That's the plan.
I love it. What a great way to give this week in a way that some people might think, I never even thought of something as simple as how to make somebody else's day. So definitely everyone keep that in mind. And if anybody else takes on this challenge this week, you all let us know. I am going to try and pull up my screen. No, my wheel. I have like 3 screens up. So it takes me a hot second to get this set. All right, let's share my screen. And let's get spinning. Let's see what I land on. I'm excited. Sent handwritten cards to a local hospital. I love this. This used to be something that happened pretty regularly when I was in a previous job. We did a lot of virtual cards for Lurie's Children's Hospital, which is here in Chicago. And so I'm going to see if I can send actual handwritten cards to a local hospital here in Chicago. If I can't send actual handwritten cards, I will go the virtual route. But one way or another, I will be sending 20 cards to a local hospital, which I hope brightens somebody's day. So we have 2 great options this week if you all want to join in the challenge. And it's all about how to make somebody's day brighter, whether you compliment a stranger or send cards to a local hospital. And if neither one of those things is something you want to give back to this week, what do you want to do? Tell us. We would love to hear how everyone is paying it forward during this giving time of year. Gaadeh, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to our progress reports next week and spinning again.
Yes, I look forward to it too. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.